Hello everyone, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kusoo dhawaada casharkeena maalmaha. So buuggaan dhigano maanta buuggaan wadno waxa waaye Essential English 2 buuggiisa labaad. Lessonka maanta marona casharkeesana waxa waaye lesson 4 amarona. So everyday talk. Mane hadalko maalin walbo aan baraheena. Siinka waxa waaye dadka oo meesha lagu jilaayo Mr. Bresley's study qolkiisa waxbarashada waaye characteriska dadka jilayaasha waxa waaye Mr. Bresley macallinkii Jan, Frida, Olaf, Lucille and Hub. Jana marka hadalka bilowday. You know, sir, mudana waa ogtahay. I find that most of the things that I want to know when you are first learning English are never in the books that teach you English. Yani waxyaaba u baahan tahay ereyada ama buugga wax English ku jiro maarkino buugta ma laga barto. Mr. Bresley, indeed, yes. Hagaag run waay. I'm sorry to hear that inaan maqlo taas. And that funny thing is that they are all the easy things to English people. But they are very difficult to us. Mr. Bresley, I think I know what you mean. But could you give us an example? I mean, everyday talk. For instance, what ought I to say when I'm introduced to someone? Oh, just how do you do? How do you do? And what does the answer? How do you do? But that seems nonsense. I ask someone a question about his health and he does not give me an answer. Instead, he asks me a question. Which I don't answer. Yes, I suppose it's rather strange, but we do not think of how do you do as a question. How do you do? It is just a greeting. How do you do? If you really want to know about your friend's health, you say, how are you? How are you? The health of Oh yes, I have heard that. And what does he answer? Is very well, thank you. How are you? So could you as well? No, very well, thank you. How are you? And what do you say if you are not very well? Just not very well or not too well. That's good. It is just what I learned. By the way, do you say good day when you meet someone? Good day, I've noticed it. French and German people here say it. French people hand and good day. No, the things an English person generally say are good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If he's remarking on the weather, he will probably say a nice day, isn't it? Or a fine day, isn't it? Or it's a cold day, isn't it? Or triple weather we are having, isn't it? But things is not his greatness. Don't you say good night in the evening? Funnily enough, we don't when we are greeting a person, but only when he is leaving us or when we are leaving a shop or an office. There is a small things I want to ask about. With you. There's a little girl at the house where I'm staying, and it's her birthday tomorrow. What shall I say to her? We say, many happy returns of the day. Many happy returns of the day. Thank you. I will remember that. And how do people greet their friends at Christmas? The usual greeting is a Merry Christmas. At the New Year, we say a Happy New Year. And when someone says that to me, what do I answer? Thank you. The same to you. Thank you. The same to you. Sidii la isugu jawaabaa baranoona maanta hadallada dhan iska easy waay. I had a difficult yesterday. I want to send a letter to a friend in London and a newspaper to one in Edinburgh. So I went to the post office and asked for a 2.5 stamp for the letter and a 1.5 for the newspaper. The girl gave me the right stamp, but she smiled. What had I said wrong? You ought to have asked it for 2 penny, half penny, and a 3 half-penny stamp. That's difficult. And what money do I give for 3 half-penny stamp? Is it 3 half-pennies or a penny or half-penny? Well, we usually say 3 half-pence, sometimes a penny, half-penny. I just practiced this. A 3 half-penny stamp. Stamp costs 3 half-pence. I see a 2 penny stamp costs 2 pence. A 3 penny stamp costs 3 pence. A 3 half-penny costs 3 half-pence. A day or two ago, I was talking with some people, and I didn't quite hear what one of them said to me. So I said, if you please, that was not right, was it? No, we say, I beg you pardon, I beg you pardon. Or to a relation or a close friend, what? Or what is that? What did you say? Couldn't I say pardon me? No, never. If you are apologizing for some little piece of impoliteness, you say, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Or nowadays, sorry, which used to be thought slang. If you come late to the theater or have to push past people who are already in their places, you say, excuse me, I was out to tea a day or two ago. The hostess asked me if I wanted another piece of cake, and of course I did. So I said thank you, but she didn't seem to know whether I wanted or not. I don't want to run any risk of missing cake again. So what must I say? Thank you. In English, I mean yes, but you had better say yes, please. Then there can be no doubt. If by any chance you want to refuse, then say no, thank you. I never quite know what to say when someone thanks me. For instance, yesterday I saw an old lady wanting to cross the road, but afraid to start because of the traffic. So I took her arm and helped her cross the road. Then she said, thank you very much. It was most kind of you to help me. Thank you. Do you know, I had no idea what to say. We say bed or bit, sir. A Frenchman say de rien, bas de quoi. But what does Englishman says? This is difficult to answer. An Englishman in such a case looks rather confused and murmurs sometimes like, not at all. That's all right. It's a pleasure. And then quickly passes on something else. Well, Mr. Priestley, this has been a very good lesson. You have helped me a very great deal. Thank you very much. Rather confused. Oh, This is all right. It's a pleasure. Passing on quickly to something else. Now, here are some exercise for you all. Exercise kala iska rabaa hadda. Ardada laga rabaa. Exercise. Use the following words and phrase in a sentence of your own. Jumla gili waxaan. Example, whatever. Jumlada la iska rabaa. 9 pieces. Answer the following questions. Su'aasha labaad ka jawaab su'aalaha. Meeqa la iska rabaa? 10 ilaa 15 waaye. Then what reply do you give in the following? Maxaa ku jawaabi waxaan? Akhriya ka jawaaba. 10 waaye. Dictation ka la isu diyaariyo. Dictation ka la isu diyaariyo. Dictation. John found that many things which he wanted to know were not in the books that taught him English. When someone said, "How do you do?" to him, he did not know what to answer. It seems to him nonsense just to ask another question instead of giving an answer. Olive had a difficult too. The girl in the post office smiled when he asked for a stamp. He ought to have asked for a 2-penny half-penny one. Frida wanted to know about Christmas greeting. In England, we usually say a Merry Christmas, and the answer is thank you, the same to you. Hap did not ask anything. He did not even tell a funny story. I expect he was asleep. عشر كلمات وأنا جيت. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.